Happy Championship Sunday, everyone. Joe here coming at you with some picks and props in today's matchups. Let's look first at the NFC Championship game today. We have the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the 49ers coming in as a dog. You can grab them plus the 2.5 points in this matchup, and that's the way I'm going. I think the San Francisco 49ers have every opportunity to pull off this upset and move on to the Super Bowl here. We look at this 49ers team, so strong defensively, going for their 13th straight win. Now, I know there's question marks around Brock Purdy. Everyone's saying that this will be the toughest defense that he has to face, but we got to look at the other side of the ball. And I do think this will be the toughest defense Jalen Hurts will have to face as well. I worry a little bit about Jalen Hurts here with his shoulder. I don't think it's still at 100%. I really do think Nick Bosa has a phenomenal day, and we see the defense of the 49ers really smother Hurts here in the pocket. Now, when we look at this matchup, I do think we can take Jalen Hurts over his longest pass in this game of 39.5. He's going to have to turn to this aerial attack because we know the 49ers defense is so strong against the rush. So look for Jalen Hurts to go over that 39.5 for his longest pass. You're getting that at minus 114. Now, I do have questions on Brock Purdy, if he's going to be able to move that ball through the air. I'm going to take his under in his passing yards in this one today. That's coming in at 220.5. I really do think we're going to see the short passes out of him. Look for George Kittle to have a phenomenal game in this one. I'm going to take him for that anytime touchdown. And on the other side of the ball, I think we have a phenomenal one out of AJ Brown. I'm going to take his receptions over 4.5. It's a little juiced. Actually, it's a lot juiced at minus 164. But I do think if you parlay that with something else, you're going to see AJ Brown utilized by Jalen Hurts in this matchup. Looking at the next game. Oh, I've got one more before I move on. Brock Purdy, quarterback sneak in this anytime touchdown, plus 750. I think it comes in today. I don't know why. Just got feeling that if they get in this red zone, somehow Brock Purdy is able to convert that touchdown. Now, looking at the next matchup on the field, the AFC championships here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we have Kansas City in here. Andy Reid, so hard to bet against such a stellar head coach here, but with the high ankle sprain here for Patrick Mahomes, I have some issues backing KC in this one. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are the more complete team. We've seen them win the last 3 matchups over the Kansas City Chiefs, but we know you could never count out the Kansas City Chiefs when led by Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has to have an absolutely outstanding game to beat this Cincinnati Bengals team, and I just don't see it happening in this matchup. I think the ability to make those adjustments like we saw in last week versus the Buffalo Bills for the Cincinnati Bengals is absolutely outstanding. They were able to control the time on the clock as well, really limit the possessions of the Bills in that last game, and I expect them to do a very similar one here in this game. I'm going to grab them plus the 1.5. I'm going to also take them here on that money line, looking for a phenomenal day out of the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, looking at some props in this one, I'm going to go with wide receiver T. Higgins for that anytime touchdown. I'm getting that at plus 195, and I love the value there. I'm also going to look at the receiving yards of Joe Mixon. I do think he has a strong day in this matchup. You can get him over 22.5 receiving yards. And why I'm looking at this is the Kansas City Chiefs give up the 3rd most passing yards to opposing running backs. So while Joe Mixon is a running back here, I expect him to go over that 22.5 receiving yards. The last game he played versus the Chiefs, he was able to get 40 receiving yards. So I'm expecting a nice one in this matchup here. On the other side of the ball, Travis Kelce, I think will be a focal point here for Patrick Mahomes. I expect a lot of short passes dumped off by Patrick Mahomes if this mobility is as big of a question mark as I think it is in this game. So look for Travis Kelce to go over his receptions today. I also like him for that anytime touchdown at minus 105. So you guys, all the best on this championship Sunday. Make sure you join me over on Sports Grid. I will be live from the top of the hour at 1 o'clock Eastern to 3 o'clock Eastern pregame to these games kicking off. Have a fantastic day. Keep smiling.